Cool. Alright, we're recording. Mild script ahead. That'll be fun. Welcome back to another video for Telecreations. It's another Monday night at like 11 p.m. Most of everyone in the house has gone to bed, so I figure, hey, let's do some more filming. This is another video where I just sit on the couch and talk for a bit. Yeah. So in this case, I'm going to talk about why Dean Norris is a cop. Okay. To be fair, do I actually explain in this why I go into any detail? Let's just read from the script. So Dean Norris, most famous for his role as Hank Schrader in the TV series Breaking Bad, the other bald guy, has a very suspicious track record as an actor. Simply put, he's a cop. You'll get onto what I mean in a second. Now, self-enforced trivia comes to someone like myself who tends to notice something when an actor that is of a particular role, say in this case because of Breaking Bad, he became familiar to me. You know, I know his face, I know his voice. I guess I could say I know his body size. But the idea being is that he's notable because of all the episodes of Breaking Bad that I watched and then rewatched. So he's there, present in my mind. And because of this as well, I watch a lot of movies and TV shows. So pretty much I've noticed since watching Breaking Bad that there are a lot of pre-2000s movies, mostly in this case, that I've watched that have the same face and voice, but usually just voice of one particular actor. In this case, it's Dean Norris. My favorite example is from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, written and directed by everyone's favorite James Cameron. In this film, a young 28-year-old by the name of Dean Norris was hired for the role of SWAT team leader. Similarly, in the same year, he portrayed a character called SWAT team leader in Gremlins 2, The New Batch. Yeah, so there's an obvious theme here, emphasizing the theme. I wouldn't say exactly that he's been typecast as a cop, but if you look for his work, which we will be, he's been a cop in a lot of stuff. Now, of course, I've got nothing against him, of course. I've got nothing against him being a cop. He's a great actor. He especially proved himself during Breaking Bad. And I definitely could say that he didn't have enough of the role in these earlier films to prove himself as an actor, except for he can pretend that he's taking charge of other people. Which is pretty much what he's done for his whole entire career. Because he's pretty specifically been either a cop, a special agent, or a mob boss. So, yeah. So he's obviously a man who's very familiar with the crime drama genre, which is fair enough. You know, if he prefers to play these types of characters, that's up to him. You know, I don't care. I mean, he can do what he wants to. There are obviously some minor league exceptions. Pretty much the most famous, I guess, is maybe Big Jim from Under the Dome, where he plays a politician, but not a politician. Like, he's, what is it, like Stanley Mayer or whatever the crap he is. He's like works at is he an electrician or a car man? Big Jim, who works at the car shop. Doesn't matter. But that's like his second most famous role, because it was the one he did immediately after Breaking Bad, and it's like, oh, it's a Stephen King adaptation, and it's boring as shit. But he played a good role, you know, he was an interesting character. So in this video, I will detail how many times he's played a cop, mob boss / crime bad guy, or just a random character / no idea, because he is just the name of the character. So let's look at his list of roles. I've taken this list from Wikipedia, so feel free to take a look at the Wikipedia site whilst I go through this. So we have all of his films, Jesus Christ, and all of his TV, Jesus Christ. Probably won't go through his TV shows. But if anything, realistically, this whole entire part of the video is more or less just to kind of emphasize how he's a cop, but also to pad the runtime. I just wanted to point out that he plays a cop. I just find it really interesting. It's like a guy who becomes a big actor too. Again, Breaking Bad, and then it's like he's really only just played a cop for like 40 years or something. Probably not 40 years. That's a bit. I don't know. Since 1985. So, how long ago was that? Not 40 years, but almost like mid 30 years. Yeah. Comparing that, his first role was in Blind Alleys as Peter Brockway, which may have just been a random dude. But then he had Police Academy 6, City Under Siege as cop. Yeah. In 89, he was in 4 different films, one of them being Lethal Weapon 2, and he played Deputy Joe, Detective Tim, Foreman, so just random dude, or Bill, random dude. That's still 2 versions of him as a cop. In 1990, you've got, actually, he may have done 5 films in 89. The way I've copied this has been really awkward. I'd say 5 films in 89, actually, with Hard to Kill, as Detective Sergeant Goodhart. So again, another cop. In 1990, you've got Total Recall, where he plays Tony, and I should just open up the Wikipedia page. The way I've copied and pasted this is so awkward. You got Total Recall, where he plays Tony. I don't think he's a cop, but it's possible. He might be a security guard that's after, what's his face? I might just look it up quickly. Dean Norris, Total Recall. I've watched Total Recall a plenitude of times. Oh! He's the mutant dude! Oh, yeah! The one with, like, the big scratch on his face and whatever. I probably will provide a picture, God knows. Damn! He's Tony, actually. That looks yeah, no, that's definitely him. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely him. Interesting. So that's probably I'd say that's at least for me, his first role as not a cop. That completely slipped by me. But again, makeup job. I haven't seen Total Recall for like maybe 2 years. Like in its full, maybe 5 years in full. What else have we got? So again, yeah, so you got Total Recall, then you got Gremlins 2, The New Batch, as SWAT team leader, and Desperate Hours as Maddox, whoever the fuck Maddox is. In 1991, he did Terminator 2 as SWAT team leader. That was when I think I first noticed, I'm like, that voice sounds very similar, because Terminator 2 is a great film, I watched a lot. And I was like, yeah, no, that voice sounds very familiar, and then I mostly realized this during Gremlins 2, I'm like, that's Dean Norris. How many times has he played a cop? And now this video exists, because I watched Gremlins 2 again. Great film. Highly suggested. I think I prefer it over the first one, to be honest. Close, by like an inch, like a bee's dick of the second one is perfection compared to the first one. The first one's weird, but great. Then he plays some off roles. You got the director, Squat Man, Fleming, Hersher, First Scientist. Hey, he plays a scientist. And again, another detective, Marconi, most likely Italian, if not, no, definitely Italian. It's New York, of course it's Italian. Damn, my fan is not having a good day today. What else have we got? The Last Seduction. He plays Shep. This video is really outlandish. Fuck. Like, he just plays he plays guard, beat cop, commanding officer, Scott, Dellinger, Agent McKee, Officer Robert, Cole, but that's in a film called The Cell, so I think that's another Stephen King film. So it's possible that's another special agent role or something. Cole seems like a special agent Cole kind of thing, but like, maybe I'm just thinking Coulson. Anyway, The One, he plays Sergeant Siegel. Oh yes, one of my favorites. In Little Miss Sunshine, where he plays State Trooper McCleary. That one's a pretty fun role where he pulls them over because their van, the horn is messed up, so it keeps honking. And then they're like, "Oh, I won't let you take a look in the boot because they've got a dead body in the boot." And I'm making this film sound really weird, but then he's like, he opens the boot and porno magazines fall out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I like these ones." And then there's like a gay one, and he's like, my cousin's here." And it's just like, okay then, I'll let you on your way. It's pretty fun. That one you see his face very clearly. I mean, I think he has the helmet on, but yeah. I mean, it's still obviously Dean Norris, And again, Evan Almighty plays Officer Collins. He just plays so many. He does play some random characters. You got Jodie's father. You got Warren, Kane, Tom, but then you got Sergeant Lyle. You got, actually, I think this would be the last one for him as a cop. I guess from what it looks like. That was in 2013. He plays the buyer and the counselor. That's a pretty good film. No, wait, no. You got Commissioner Glenn Sickleman in the Book of Henry. Yeah, that was a film. And then, of course, lastly, so far, at least, he's played Detective Kevin Raines in Death Wish, the remake, with Bruce Willis. Oh, boy. And then, of course, you got his TV shows, which, it's hard to, again, also hard to say, because a lot of these ones are more casual dudes, but then by the stage of 91, after 10 years of being in TV, he plays Lieutenant Martin. So that's not a cop exactly, but it's a military official. Some of these are actually television films, which I find interesting. So they're still films in their own sense. NYPD Blue, Father Jerry Downey. You fucked up. He's meant to play a cop, not a priest. What are you doing? Jesus, Dean. I don't care that you were in it for 3 episodes. Jesus, Dean. He was in Married with Children. Jesus. As a rodent. He's just called Rodent. Okay. He's played a few scientists, actually. It's weird. Barbarians at the Gate. He played scientist. Scientist. Very interesting. He was in X-Files as Marshall Tapia, still Marshall. And then he was in a TV show called The Marshal on the exact same year as a guy called Tyler Dumas. It's possible that's a cop. I kind of doubt it. In The Line of Duty, again, a lot of these shows you also realize Murder One, The Line of Duty, Innocent Victims. It came from Outer Space 2. Why would you? Oh my god. Seduced by Madness, Forgotten Sins. A lot of these in their own right are cop shows. These are all television movies. Oh my god, which ones are cop shows? Okay, well, Murder One was. Obviously X-Files is kind of a cop show. NYPD Blue. Again, he goes to a lot of cop shows. But then it gets crazier after the 90s. Because he still plays a lot of television films all the way till... come on, give me a good one. I know there's a good one. Well, he's in ER, but that's not a... Walker, Texas Ranger, then Millennium, he's in Charmed, Jesus. There were a lot of weird films, TV shows in the 90s. Nash Bridges, The Pretender, Boston Legal. Boston Legal? No, that's Boston Public. Oh, not even anywhere near good. 6 Feet Under, again, he plays a detective. You see where I'm getting at. He just plays so many. He's in 24. He's in Tremors, the series, I guess. He's in CSI. He finally gets to CSI by 2004, and he plays Bob Durham Jr. And I very much doubt that he was not a cop, just from the name. Unless that's just what they call him. I mean, that's obviously what they call him in the credits. But he was in 2 episodes. That's pretty good. And NCIS for 1 episode as a gunnery sergeant Vestman. Yeah. Oh, he was in Boston Legal. Huh, I was right. Medical Investigation, Leave Without a Trace, Medium. So many shows where he could play cops. And then, of course, he's a Republican in the West Wing. Who was he in Boston Legal? Probably just a random character. Yeah, just a random character. And then, of course, you got Cold Case, Nip Tuck, Justice, Grey's Anatomy, Saving Grace, Terminator, The Sarah Connor Chronicles, as Nelson for 2 episodes, probably because he's like, oh, but he was in Terminator 2 in that SWAT team leader role. Let's get him in The Sarah Connor Chronicles. Why not? Bones, even, for an episode. And then, of course, for 2008 to 2013, he was Hank Schrader, a DEA agent. So that's what makes it more annoying, because like his name isn't DEA agent Hank Schrader, it's just Hank Schrader. So it's like there are a lot of shows here that he could have been a cop in. Yeah, you get the point. There is just a lot of things where he is a cop. There is a lot of things where he is a cop. Special agents in the army. He was even in Key and Peele. So many. James Big Jim Rennie for 39 episodes of Under the Dome. Head of security in American Dad. You know, it's not bad actually. It's pretty good. I mean, obviously he's got a various range of roles. Good for him. That's really all I have to say about this topic. I copied down a bunch of that crap, and pretty much made kind of a minor league essay about it. I didn't watch most of that stuff, obviously, because there was way too much stuff. And just for, like, mostly minor roles, like, again, he's mostly minor roles. To my knowledge, I've never really seen him in a film where he plays a major role. And yet, ever since watching Breaking Bad, I always hoped that he would do much better as an actor. Because, of course, he got awards for, like, Best Supporting Actor. I think maybe just got one award. Either way, he did a great job. Everyone kind of, critical acclaim globally or international, whatever, universal critical acclaim, because he's a great actor. But yeah, so pretty much this whole entire video is just trying to say, go watch Breaking Bad again. I know you've watched it before. Go watch it again. If you haven't watched it before, what are you doing? It's great. Like, really, it's fucking great. I'm going to probably rewatch it later this year. I don't know when. Winter holidays, maybe. I don't know. It's tricky. I'm getting through Person of Interest right now. He might have a role in that. No, he doesn't. It didn't say he did. Disappointing. He's probably doing Breaking Bad at the time. But then again, it's a TV show. He did a lot of other TV shows and movies in that time as well. Again, minor roles. I guess actually the only major role I've ever seen him in was Book of Henry. But I never actually watched that film. I just watched people talk about that film, and he was a main character in it, and that was abusing because of how bad that film was. It's a bad film. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this kind of thing. I will be doing another video shortly where I talk as someone else's career of films. This time it's more like my Cara Delevingne one, but less cringy, because it's an actress I really, really like for her acting. So I'm going to get into doing that soon. It might come out before this. If it has, fuck. If it hasn't, hey. But I've got a lot of videos. So yeah, stay tuned for more. As always, if you've got suggestions, you never do, so it doesn't matter. I'm on Letterboxd. That's a thing. And I'm done. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Dean Norris is a cop. He will arrest you. That would be like a weird fantasy. It's like, Dean Norris has to arrest me. He has to be the cop. Imagine that's kind of a weird fantasy that someone has. It's like Dean Norris has to be the cop that arrests them. That'd be weird. Anyway, if you know of any fascinating kind of minor roles that an actor plays a lot, like the same kind of character, kind of typecast again, yes, then yeah, feel free to share. I like knowing this kind of stuff. I don't know why. I find it interesting. And now you know about it, because Dean Norris is a cop. Bang, bang. Ciao.